Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, folks. It's me, always George Page, aka the Emperor of Female Body Talk, coming to you live on YouTube. Folks, can you believe it? It's about the end of the month. We have one more day. I mean, not one more day. We got a few more days left of October, and then we also at the end of this month we have Halloween. Halloween is coming. All the spooks are out. It's that time of year, folks. You know, you got your kids. Me, I don't got no kids. My door's gonna be shut. My lights gonna be off. There's no damn candy, so don't come by a house. My mom used to do that. She used to have her me say, "George, get the candy for the babies." I said, "Mine, we don't need." Not mine. Yeah, that's my mom. She loved children. You know, being this mother of 6 and 7. So, folks, we kind of done this thing before, but we kind of got to go back to it where, just after Olympia, it's just been can be about 3 weeks since the Olympia started, and we're looking at some of these ladies' divisions again. Some of them that we didn't get a chance to touch on that look like they should maybe after this year should consider going up a division. I know we're in bodybuilding, it's the ceiling, it's where you stop at. But we're seeing women in divisions like physique, figure, even wellness, and I would say bikini, and also some other divisions that look like it should maybe change divisions because way they are growing, developing as competitors. I mean, the sport is evolving every other year, every other day. So I have some guests here. First off, I have my young gentleman here, my nephew Alex. He's here. Shout out to Alex.
How's it going?
How you going, Alex? How you doing?
Doing fine. It's an earned month, typical Monday for me, and if you're probably gonna hear some ambience outside. It's been that long since we had rain down in Florida, but it's only for tonight, so it's not much of an issue for us. Issue for me today.
Well, it's raining right now in North Carolina. It's kind of cool. Like I think like in the mid 50s for us today. So, whew, so cold and wet. So it's not fun. And folks, I know you guys. I know you guys love it when I have a lady on here, especially a lady who's an IFB competitor. We have here the lovely IFB Pro. Just made her pro debut about a month ago. The lovely Mrs. Jamie Stanhauer. Welcome,
Hi.
Jamie.
Hi,
Welcome back.
George.
It's been a
Yeah,
while.
nice to meet you, Jill.
Yeah,
Nice to meet you.
yeah.
Thanks.
Well,
Happy
folks, yeah, yeah. Well, folks, as you know, as I said again earlier in my conversation, we as people who follow the sport, especially Jamie, she's a competitor. Alex was at the Olympia, and me, who is the who follows this sport, especially the content maker. We we talk about this. I know something we're going around again, but it seems like I don't know. We feel like it just needs to be revised. How we're looking at women in certain divisions that they are. I don't know. Maybe they need to really think about changing your placings. How how some is the criteria. It seems like it changes every other day. They want a certain look, especially in the physique division where Jamie's in, where you have to be more conditioned. But the women in that division are getting larger. They're looking like closer to women's bodybuilding. Like Jamie, your experience because you made a pro debut at the Rising Phoenix. What's your mindset as you see as a competitor? Because you was a pro, you was an amateur for a good while, and then you switch, and then we get your pro card. Now it's like a totally different world for you.
Oh, definitely. I mean, I feel like that's a pretty common comparison, honestly. When I was in NPC, I was doing amateur stuff. I was like the biggest person always, but also there wasn't a lot of women that competed in physique, at least in California area. It's mostly bikini and wellness out here. But where I grew up at, where home's at, Midwest in Michigan, it was there was some like a little more competitors, but not as much. But yeah, so going in for my pro debut, I didn't really know what to expect because I mean I've been following, all the big names out there, and like I've noticed throughout the years that the criteria has changed a lot. I mean, that's to be expected. I mean, obviously, the more we know about things and training and supplements and stuff's gonna evolve, right? But it's really kind of interesting because there's so many in physique. There's so many different types and sizes of bodies right now, right? It's kind of like a smorgasbord. It's like you got people that are really conditioned really well, but they don't have the size. But then what is the size for physique, right? Like we think of bodybuilding, right? Like bodybuilding, they have big legs, big arms, big, big back. And some of the women that were at this, at the Arizona Pro, they were pretty impressive. I thought they were bodybuilders at first until I seen the lineup, and then I was like, oh, I was definitely one of the smaller ones for sure. But that being said, the figure ladies were they look like they could be physique, like physique competitors. And I know like some people switch back and forth to that. I do see it in pros sometimes too, because I know, was it Nicole? She just did bodybuilding. She did the Titan, the Titan Grand Prix in Anaheim. I know she just switched to wellness, which is crazy. But
Well,
You mean
with
Christine? You mean
her,
Christine?
go to Alex.
I think she
Go
was.
ahead.
I think someone who went from bodybuilding. I think she was talking about Christina Mendoza. Is that it?
oh yeah,
Or
Christina
Yeah,
Mendoza.
yeah.
Oh,
Well, with Christina, it's going to take a good while because how much she has put on in size and muscle. She has to really like strip down a lot of her upper body stuff. Now, one thing is she has big quads, big legs, but if you look at the women now in the wellness division, they are just at a total level compared to when it first came in here. It was like about was it about good 5 6 years ago, and it has evolved over time. You one lady who one point she was doing wellness, and that was Megan Morrison. Do everybody know if you know her as Dr. Megan Santa Barbara or Megan? She goes by either Megan Santa Barbara or I forget. She finally got married a while back, or Megan Morrison. And I was talking with somebody saying that her last competition, she was on stage around, I would say, somebody told me it was 180 pounds. Now that's really big for physique. That's almost at the level of Miss Olympia herself. So I'm gonna pull up her here. We can pull it up here. Give a second. Give me a second. I'm gonna pull up her link here. And I actually because I was at Tampa when she competed. That was her physique debut, and that was just this past month ago. It was a couple months ago, and she, I mean, to tell you the truth, she's a big woman. I think she stands at least around about a good, possibly 5'9", something like that, because she's kind of tall. I know my man David, he was there. He standing right beside her. But this woman, if she was doing wellness, but I think somebody told me she has some kind of issue, and then she decided to switch divisions. This woman could possibly do women's bodybuilding.
Mm, I think she's. I don't know. Despite what I'm hearing, that she was recently had the heaviest weight from what I've heard. I think she's okay for where she is right now. I know she didn't rank that high this at the Olympia. I think she just, I don't know. It's up to her. You know how it is. Judge's feedback that affects the decision, or
Mhm. Yeah, the thing is, a lot of competitors go by the judges' feedback. What's your thoughts, Jamie?
I think she's right where she needs to be. Her upper body is definitely not bodybuilder. Her lower body, legs, all that. Her back is great, and she did bring that up from the. I think she went in Atlanta Pro, right? And then
Yeah,
she
she did.
qualified. Yeah. So she definitely, if she wouldn't have to try very hard to be in women's bodybuilding. That is a pretty big league. I was 100 for reference. My off season, I was 180 pounds, and on stage I was 141. So that tells you in comparison. But she's also really tall though too. But yeah, I think she's right where she needs to be. I agree. Um, yeah, she's very impressive looking.
Yeah, yeah, and that thing, the taller women, they have to put on more size. And that thing is, you have to fill out your body compared to the girls who are a little bit shorter. We have a couple of guests here. Shout out to my man here. We hadn't had him on here. He was out here the other day, but he had to pop out. My big brother, Mr. Big Keith Williams, he's here. He's an IFB pro himself and a
Hi,
trainer
Keith.
and coach.
Good to see you.
What up? How are you guys doing?
Good.
Sure, how you
How you
been?
doing? Okay, Keith, this is Jamie. Jamie, this is Keith.
How
Hi.
you doing?
Good. How are you doing?
Good.
And also we have here one of our followers. He's been following my channel for a good while. My man Josh Simpkins is in the building.
How's it going?
Nice to hear you
Hey,
again.
how you
Nice.
doing? Hey, how you going, Josh? How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Uh, we have some comments here in the comment section. Shout out to my guests who came through. Uh, this is from my man here.
Oh,
I'm sorry, my girl Nicole. Nicole says, "Hey
hi,
George
Nicole.
uh, and
Been
Alex,
Nicole.
I'm driving home, but I'm listening. Hey Jamie." Shout out to Nicole. She is an OCB pro. Just about 3 weeks ago,
Nice.
yeah, she just also made her OCB pro debut. But my big bro here, he's been in the game. And he's married to IFB female bodybuilder, and she was the one who said she's really seeing. She's thinking that some ladies might need to move up. And I said, you know what? We talked about it before, but because this is Satina and she's a competitor, and I respect for her, and she's a lovely lady, and I want to get Tina's feedback, being that she's in that level in women's bodybuilding.
What up, George? If I crash, call me.
Tina, I don't think we've ever met, Tina. I know. I messaged you for almost a decade now.
What's that?
Um,
Alex,
I,
this is Alex.
Tina, yeah. It's the first time we met.
Sorry, she's cutting out really bad.
Well, we'll just go ahead. But Tina, go ahead. What you about to say?
So you wanted my feedback on people moving up.
Yeah.
So, in my opinion, um, I would not have given Natalia the win because she looks like a bodybuilder, and now we're just telling women to get bigger in women's physique when it's already a problem that they look like bodybuilders. So, my opinion, she should have been second, and yet, I mean, Yo should have been in physique and she should have been in bodybuilding. I mean, if you look at the pictures, that's just 100. That's facts. Uh, and then you got second place. I mean, she looked like a physique girl. Um, Doing her antics is not necessarily professional or what should be done, but she says a lot of things that I hear a lot of girls say. So it is what it is at the end of the day. Take it with a grain of salt, keep it moving, but everybody's amplifying it by giving her the attention, and that's what she wants. So, you know,
Yeah. And she's
give
mentioned Sarah Gilgis.
someone when we give someone credit for being a bodybuilder in physique, then what are you going to do as a physique pro? I'm going to chase her look now, right? I got to get bigger. I got to get bigger. I got to get bigger. That's not what women's physique is. So I feel like giving her the win gave the wrong message, and it's just going to cause more confusion for people who don't know where the hell they need to be. And if we really went into it, like I told you, George, I should go into women's figure because I'm longer and I'm big and I have longer legs. My muscles and my legs look just like a physique or a figure girl. So why not me move to figure? Put some fucking heels on me and call it a day. So that's just my opinion. And people can say what they want, but if you literally look at both of her pictures, she looks like a physique girl last year, and Natalia looks like a bodybuilder this year. And you can't deny that because she is bigger than Angela Yo. I put the two together. She is bigger. Her legs are bigger. She's fuller. How do you give that a win in women's physique and expect girls not to want to get bigger now? So that's my two
Mhm,
cents.
mhm. It's kind of like when Sarah became champion, everybody chased after her look, that shredded look she has.
Right.
And because she's a leaner girl. That's why I think some people felt like if Shanique was still champion, they would chase after either one of those looks. Like, how you go back to how the vision has evolved from Daylin Bailey to doing the car to Shanique, and now you have this back and forth between Sarah and Natalia.
hmm
Yeah. I don't know. It's just I know a lot of people have an opinion about it, but being a pro bodybuilder myself, as soon as I saw her on stage, I'm like, if they give Natalia the win, this is sending the wrong message. I mean, and again, it's my opinion, but you're giving a girl that looks more like a bodybuilder the win, and you're already bitching that they look like bodybuilders. So how much damn sense does that make? I mean,
Does
An
mean a
ace and
lot.
ace and a spade is a spade. So if you don't want them big, don't make the champion big.
Then
Right?
Cuba,
Kind of makes sense to me.
then
So,
Cuban Muscle Barbie said there should be weight caps a few months back.
yeah, I mean, seriously, Angela Yo and her, she is bigger than Angela. You saw the picture. That's right
Yeah,
there. I put them side by side. I said she is bigger than the girl that took fourth in the Olympia in women's bodybuilding. How is that possible? I don't get it. So
hmm.
anyway,
It's a mystery. It's a mystery. As you know, Angela, she turned pro like about 5, 6 years ago in physique, and then she made her pro debut in women's bodybuilding.
yeah, I was there.
And
That
it's
that was
just
Chicago, right? Because I was there.
yeah, it was
She
Chicago.
won that.
Yeah, you were there in
Yeah,
Chicago because yeah, she won that show, and I think I don't know. They want a certain look for one division, but then it's getting so close that it's like the other division where you just can't. You just it's kind of confusing,
Yeah,
especially
the
if somebody
difference
from
is
the
the
outside looking
posing.
in.
One's open hand and one's closed fist.
yeah.
That's the only difference I see.
And why do we have figure
Mhm.
girls doing the front lat spread in their Olympia performance? Like, what the hell? I mean, we used to get crucified by judges that were like, do what is in your categories. If you're women's bodybuilding, do not do a physique pose. If you're in physique, do not do bodybuilding poses. The girl in figure did a front lat spread.
Sandy ran him off the stage at Junior U at the Nationals, the Nationals in South Carolina one year. She says, hands down by your side. Girls kept up flaring their arms. Hands down by your side. She goes, until they get it, take them off stage and bring another group out. That's what she said. That's when Dana Bailey was still an amateur.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's like now we have poses that are just, they're doing whatever they want to do. When before they were very, very, and they would tell us in meetings, do your mandatories the way your mandatories are supposed to be done. Period. Don't intertwine the two. Don't do figure poses. Do bodybuilding poses. And then when I was watching some of the girls, I'm like, Keith, is she in hills doing a front lat spread? It's not really happening. I mean, I know it's a good look when you're bigger from the back to make your waistline look smaller, but that's not your pose. So it's like, I don't know. It's all so confusing to me anymore. And again, they're not. I don't feel like the criteria is being followed. And I'm like in the middle of need to get bigger now. Sandy and I send her everything. Like it doesn't matter if she's my judge or not. I will live and die by her word because she runs the shit. And she said that my upper body is. I don't need to get any bigger. I don't need to get any leaner. I'm perfect from the waist up. I'm perfect. It's just my legs. Well, again, that's because I'm 5'9". So, do I go to women's figure? They're big as shit on top, and they're leaner in the bottom. Muscular, but leaner. I mean, I know that's jumping 2 divisions, but I don't know. So,
Mhm. Yeah,
anyway, I'm gonna try to grow my legs and see what happens.
yeah. Here we got a comment. Shout to our dear friend Nicole. He says, "Hey Josh, hey Keith." Shout out to
How's
Nicole.
it
Thank you,
going?
Nicole.
What
Yeah,
up?
uh, yeah. And I think it's up to really the IFB NPC. They know that one thing we talked about before was crossovers. How it affects, especially as an amateur. Like I know you crossed over. You were doing both physique and women's bodybuilding at your last
She was too
show.
big. As a women's physique competitor, they kept saying she was too big. So we go to nationals, North Americans, USA's, and she was placed in second and third because she was too big. Because the common denominator was at that time women's women's physique girls were smaller, and she was too big. So obviously we were scared to take the jump from women's physique to women's bodybuilding because there's PEDs that are involved, and she was a person that didn't use any of that stuff. So we're like, well, do we see what happens? We met Mel, and she did well. I mean, now she's probably a BB Pro bodybuilder. But at the time, when women's physique was truly women's physique, she was too big, and they pushed her to bodybuilding because she was too big.
Like Jay, what's your thoughts?
Well, when I got my pro card, I did bodybuilding and physique because kind of the same issue. I was like in the amateurs, I was too big for physique and about right for bodybuilding. But now that I'm pro, I'm almost not big enough for physique if they keep it up like they have it. I don't know. Tina made a good point too. I see a lot of physique competitors doing bodybuilding poses. I noticed, like, I was always taught that you had to do the mandatory poses, like what's in your division, and I noticed a lot of people have not been doing that. I've been seeing a lot of close
Women's
fit.
figure,
What's that?
women's figure pose. They're doing bodybuilding poses,
Yeah,
Yeah.
hitting front lap
yeah,
spreads and shit.
yeah. I mean, it's everybody's it's a free for all now, right? I mean, not to side note, but I've noticed this is more in the amateur stuff, but we're seeing now people like breaking stuff during their routines. So it's like, I don't know. I think maybe the federation just wants to get as many people in and like make their money, right? Like, so they're just whatever's popular, I guess, is why they're just
Yeah.
letting it happen.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the
Well,
day, it's so.
yeah, yeah. Well, I did a comparison video about a couple weeks ago. It was between two ladies who compete in the fitness division, and that is Jenny Worth and Judah and Tamara Vaughn. These ladies could, if you know fitness, they do some of them those poses like the figure competitors. These two ladies could do figure because I know I was watching
Mm-hmm.
the performance. I know Tamara had some issues. She's like wasn't steady, and then she talked about it. And Jenny's been in the game for a long time, and she did pretty good. She did fairly well. But you know, if the girls in these divisions, these women division, are getting, I would say, surpass what's the criteria, then why don't the IFBB say, you know what? Let's sit down. Let's figure out what's going wrong, and let's fix it. It makes sense.
Because they're trying to push too many shows. Like, here's a prime example. Tamer at the Titans says 125 shows that the muscle contest putting on. Who has time to work? I mean, and you got Tyler and Sandy and Steve traveling around the world. They were just in Prague this weekend, and you seen the shit about Steve being on the phone and Sansom coming in second and all this shit. Who has time to worry about criteria? Because people are still signing up. If the numbers drop, then they're concerned, but the numbers not dropping. So who has time? Again, remember, if you all go and Google a video, YouTube video, when Sandy was explaining women's physique, no cross-trainations in the ass. Guess what? All the girls got cross-trainations in the ass now. So
Facts.
she didn't want that in women. She didn't even want it in women's bodybuilding. There's a video at her at a seminar saying what they were looking for at the amateur and pro level in women's physique and women's bodybuilding. No cross-trainations in the glutes, but guess what? And the only person that's probably following their criteria and hasn't lost a title and not worried about it is Andrea, because she keeps telling Andrea, don't change anything. This is what we want the women's look of what bodybuilding to be about. And she told, we were at a gym when she told us that Sandy told us, I said, well, what is your critique from Sandy? She's like, just come in a little bit more conditioned, but don't change a thing. Just always come in a little bit more conditioned. Guess what? She's a 6-time champ now. Shit. Because she's listening to what she's telling her to do. But again, Steve, Tyler, Jim, and all these other guys and Sandy, it's like, what is the true criteria of these two classes? And there's not. And shit, it's becoming a gray area women's figure. Women's figure is sliding more over to women's physique. Women's physique is sliding more over to women's bodybuilding. So again, where is the gray area that they are going to define so that these women know what to shoot for? Because like Tina said, if you look at that picture of Angela Yo and Natalia smokes her. Yeah. Smokes her. And so you're telling me that's not women's bodybuilding? Or should Angela Yo go back to women's physique? That's the question. Come on now. Really, guys? Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow, look at that.
Come on. Seriously?
Yeah.
She smokes her. Waistline, quads, everything.
Look at the V taper on Dr. Natalia Cuejo.
Her muscle density too.
And her muscle density.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
And this is from New York Pro.
That is not women's physique. That is women's bodybuilding. And that's why Ashley and certain people jumped over because they understood where they were direction their bodies were going in, or where they wanted their bodies to go, and they went over to women's bodybuilding. But that's not women's physique. Not even close. I'm a judge. Shit. That's not even close.
Shoot.
And I'm a goddamn 12, 14-year pro. That ain't goddamn women's physique. That's women's bodybuilding.
Well, I'm going to show an interview. As you know, my man David, he was just last weekend at the
Hurricane Pro, I think.
Yeah, Hurricane Pro. And he's talking to a lady. Her name is Sylvia Hamtree. And Sylvia, I think if you look at this lady, you don't think she's figure. She competes in figure. So I'm going to play the video.
Hey, this is David at Hurricane Pro. I'm really pleased to see the amazing Sylvia Hamtree here competing in pro figure. How'd you place at the show today?
I think I was 9th. I was top 10, but I think I ended up at 9th.
Okay, yeah, terrific. And you came from Tennessee, right? Yeah, very nice. It's great to see you.
Yes, nice to see you too.
You said it's been a couple years since you competed?
Yeah, it's been about 18 months since I've been on stage. I kind of took a little break and done some powerlifting and kind of changed my physique and posterior. But yeah, I'm back now, and it was amazing being back up there, seeing the hard work, pay off, and next to other girls. It was amazing.
That's awesome. You look like you could compete in physique if you wanted to.
No, I've been asked. I've been asked that a couple of times. My best friend is also, she's a women's physique pro, and she told me today, she's like, you want to switch? And I'm like, I love figure. That's where my heart is, but who knows?
Yeah, you look amazing. Yeah, you really do. And the powerlifting, I think, yeah, that changes your physique for sure. Yeah.
I'm excited to see stage shows.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, you look amazing for sure. And do you know what show you might have planned next?
We might be looking at Atlantic Coast in 4 weeks.
Oh, at Fort Lauderdale. Oh yeah. Oh, cool.
And then I'll go into my office. So we'll be there or straight to office. I'll talk to my coach to make the decision.
That's great. I hope you can do get Atlantic Coast. That'd be awesome.
Yes, thank you.
Very cool. Would you mind doing a quick flex for me? Awesome. Thank you so much, Sylvia. It's nice seeing you.
Now, is it me, or maybe just from my eye view, is she more closer to physique, or is she the criteria what you see a figure now?
If I was just walking past her, if I was just walking past her, I think she was a women's physique competitor.
She's a figure competitor.
Okay.
Well, this is a young competitor who, yeah, and this is a young competitor that Dave posted. She's a figure competitor, not as big and not as full, you would say, but she's still young and still growing. But if we look at other competitors over the years,
But it's a great look for figure.
yeah, it's a great look for figure because it looks more like, I think, what the aesthetics is, what the vision supposed to be. But again, when are they going? Like I said, this year figure lost a couple of shows. They were part of the Legion where my big bro made his return last year at. They kicked out that Lean Physique. They got kicked out a couple of shows. Another show that was also in Florida, and that's why I'm paying a lot more attention to it, because you forgot. Then you can't forget it got kicked out in Arnold, and it's just. Is it the fault of the competitors, or is it the fault of the judges and the higher ups?
It always falls on the higher ups and the judges because they control what happens in narrative, and so they create whatever narrative they want. Think about it. We're talking about, everybody's like talking about, you had 2 6'2", 2 6'3" guys to 2 minions on stage when it came to Derek and Hadi compared to Andrew and Samson. So the problem is these judges need to do their due diligence and figure out what they actually want. I've never even seen. I've been a pro. We've been pros for 14 years. I haven't seen a book of rules. And every year, I played in the NFL for 8 years. Every year, the NFL are updating rules and changing things for the better of the sport, the safety of the sport. What have you seen the IFBB besides incorporating NASA?
Well, we,
doing to help these athletes find out the look that they need to go for. Every year, every professional sport, the MLB, whether I don't even know how much they're worth now because they're changing. They're constantly trying to appease the fans and make sure the players are safe. But how much are you seeing that in IFBB? That's the question. You don't see it. I've never seen a rule about what I have supposed to do in the 14 years I've been a pro and as long as I've been bodybuilding. Never seen a rule. Nowhere. Nowhere.
Mm.
Every year when I play in the NFL, we got updated the rules and know what you can be fined and what were penalties, and the referees will come out to our scrimmages and show us stuff. What has the IFBB done to do any of that for the IFBB athletes? To understand, okay, Sandy says no cross tracing, but yet there's cross tracing. So should it be so should there be something that is said about that? Of course there should. Don't go sit there on a video and say something and then you got these girls coming out looking a certain way. It's like, what? Okay, you said it, the one who made the rule, but yet you got cross traces in their ass. That doesn't make sense to me. You know, you don't want girls muscle. I mean, she says this in video, how big they want girls and this, that, and other. Clearly, Natalia was a bodybuilder this year. And clearly, Sarah, you know, whether her qualms are or whatever case it be, you don't think Sarah's going to go chasing after that shit now? Absolutely. Because now she knows, and again, people have to understand, PEDs and Synthol are two different things. Because I heard the last podcast, one's not a drug and one's a drug. So let's make that clear. Synthol is something that stretches out the fasciitis to make the muscle grow. All these guys have been doing it for many, many years. And clearly that's what something she was doing because ain't no fucking way a woman, not natural woman, but women can put on that much size in over a year. Ain't no fucking way.
No. We
No
all
way.
be giant.
I mean, you and my wife, I mean, seriously.
That's facts. I'll say it. That's facts. If so, my legs would be fucking ginormous. That's all I'm saying. We'd all be big. None of us would have a bad body part if that shit was PED. That's all I'm saying. Sure.
yeah. That's the thing is that, you know, what's going on right now, if they, like, his thing about, we all know, if you're both of y'all, all the pros know that PEDs is only the thing to help you in your process for recovery. It doesn't help you grow as much. It's the training that helps you grow. But we use those as Synthol oil. It's just something as a filler. It's kind of like if
Yes.
you go get plastic surgery,
Yep.
you get like fillers in your lips to give more
Like
flavor.
Botox or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the thing is, if that's helping you put in that size, do you really belong in that division anymore?
It helped her with
You got something
something
to say,
because she
Jamie?
looked nuts.
What you got to say, Jamie?
Oh, I mean, it's not against the rules, unfortunately, right? So, like, if they're, you know, and what are the rules, right?
Break it up a little bit.
But I think if you're like bigger, then yeah, you should be moved into a bigger division or a different division because that's not the criteria. But like Keith was saying, like I've never even seen a rule book. No one really knows what the hell's going on anymore. So it's whatever the judges feel like of that day. Like at the Arizona Pro, the only thing they told me I needed was a wider back, and that was it. And I'm just sitting here looking at these women; they're ginormous. I'm like that's it. Like, but yeah, I don't.
What do you say?
Are we still on? Oh, okay.
Yeah, Keith just keeps dropped out.
Oh, okay. But I don't think I could ever take Synthol. I don't think that. I don't know. I mean, it's a personal choice, obviously, but I don't think it like makes you look.
Yeah.
Well, whoever did a great job, though.
Yeah.
It's like, holy shit, she looked crazy. She looked absolutely nuts.
It did look amazing.
Yeah. You know, the thing is, you know, if Sarah was at one point was a criteria where the girls were chasing after styroid glutes, now they have to chase after Natalia. But then
And that
what?
sucks. And that sucks because it's like making a hypocritical statement. It's like they're all chasing Sarah's look. Sarah stays the same like Andrea, but she loses her title because she kept her criteria the same. She didn't get worse. Anybody thought she got worse than last year?
No.
Mm-mm.
So if she didn't get worse, and you're looking at two and says, okay, this is standard. Do you put the girl in second as the champion? That's what I don't understand. If that's the standard, which it should be the standard, and should still Sarah look crazy.
Yeah, but
Mm-hmm.
it's just as you know, as myself and Alex and Josh, we're looking from the outside.
Yeah,
But
we're
it's
just
people like
fans.
but it's people like you and Tina and Jamie who sees this, who sees how divisions are changing. You see how the criteria is not where like when physique first came around, it was supposed to get away from women's bodybuilding. It's supposed to be its own division.
Mm-hmm.
But then when you see where some of these women, like this one, like we mentioned Ashley, she was figure for a long time. Then she went to physique, and then she went to women's bodybuilding. Now she's number two in the world. If you look at Andrea, also she started out in figure as an amateur, turned pro in physique and then she switched over to bodybuilding, and now she's sitting on top of the world. There's other competitors who made that decision to go up. But here's what
Yep.
I'll find here: somebody would say this that as long as
Great
they can
point,
crack,
George.
yeah, as long as they crack in the top three, top five of the show or the Olympia, they're not going to move because it's just going to stay in the same place. They're going to be complacent, and while you're growing, and then you start falling down in the placings where one show you were coming in second, or you won that show that year, or you come in third, then you're falling down to probably fourth to fifth to almost to dead last.
Well, remember what's your friends and black girl who did one in New York and Tampa? Maya. Remember she was dead last in Freeport, and then came right to the New York Pro in Tampa and won the whole damn show.
Dang.
So clearly she was in the wrong class. So some of these girls know what they need to do, and they just don't want. I mean, a prime example is a women's physique girl, and George, you know the story when Tina first won Rising Phoenix, and asked Tina why she Miss International, and asked her why she was doing women's bodybuilding with the attitude, because she was a women's physique pro, and Tina's like, because I'm too big for women's physique now, so I have to move up classes. And the girl kind of looked at her and rolled her eye. But we know another girl, George, who says, some girls don't want to move because they say women bodybuilding is not as feminine as women's physique and women's figure.
But you still look like a bodybuilder. You're just in a different category. So
Yeah.
what's the difference? I mean, how much shit?
Basically.
How much sense does that make? You don't look any different. You're just in bodybuilding now, but you still look like the same as you did when you're in women's physique. How dumb is that? That's stupid. Sorry. I'm irritated.
That's the thing. Some people don't. Yeah, some people don't think about what they say. They don't choose their words wisely. Like I'll pull this picture up. I made this little thing. This is a picture of who you said like this. Who could be more close to the physique division? Who is closer to the women's bodybuilding division?
The girl in the middle is bodybuilder.
I mean, Sarah on the right's definitely what I would always think physique's supposed to be like.
Yep. Sarah's always, yep.
She's consistent.
Yep, Sarah's physique.
I mean, and again, she's consistent.
So is Andrea. So why do you not let Sarah stay the champ being consistent?
Yeah.
I don't get that.
And that's what I said. Why don't you let I mean, here's the thing. If she would have came in worse, it'd been different. But the Natalia girl came in bigger, harder, in great shape, but bigger. And that's not what women's physique is.
She should have been like fourth, honestly.
She should have been like fourth. Seriously. Because that's not what the criteria we think
and you don't want the
it's
girls,
supposed to be.
And you don't want the girls chasing that look because it doesn't look like physique. And this is where the problem starts. So, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because at the Olympia, I'm gonna pull her up. She was the one lady did take fourth in women's physique. That is Brittany Herrera, and Brittany when she first started, she was doing physique for a long time. But if you look at her, she has put on a lot more size. Her, some say fourth place. Did she deserve that spot? Where we have someone like Bob Majan or a couple other competitors who probably deserve that spot. So I'm gonna pull it up right here. Brittany, she goes by Politically Flex if you follow on social media, but she's known by Brittany Herrera. She also did both the
Let's see.
Tupelo. No, she did Texas and she did Atlanta. She won. She won.
She won the
I think
Texas,
she won,
right? Yeah.
Yeah, she won Texas right after she took second Atlanta to Megan Morrison, and she maybe I don't know.
Her upper body says women's physique, though.
I agree.
Mhm. Yeah, but there's one thing she might need to bring her legs a little better, and also work on the midsection a bit.
That's one thing I have noticed. Like, there's some people that I don't know if they're just not timing their eating right and stuff. I've seen a lot of a lot of pros that look like there's, especially the midsection, that seems to be like a problem area.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
Like they ate too soon or they're spilling over. Like I did notice that even at my show. Even the girl that won the women's physique in Arizona Pro, Sarah Creel, she looked amazing. By the way, really sweet girl. Even with her, I felt like her midsection just needed a little. But I noticed that. Like, I feel like that's why it's so discouraging when they want us to be bigger. It's because I feel like now people are just kind of not about conditioning. Like, they're just like, yeah, I just gotta have big legs, back, big arms, and that's not. I don't know. That's not what I thought physique used to be like.
Yeah, Sarah, she's also a young competitor.
Yeah.
I think maybe in a few years, if she puts on maybe a little more size, she could probably do women's bodybuilding.
Oh,
I mean,
She could, yeah. I can see the potential. I can see the potential. Yeah.
Young muscle.
Yeah, another person I think somebody mentioned to me also that could possibly go up, maybe because she was figured for a good while, and she made the switch, and I got to see her live in person while I was in Tampa, and that's Paula Ranta. And Paula, I think she was 8th or 9th at the Olympia. Last year she debuted, but it's just barely a year. She has really put on some size.
Like women's physique right there, right? Her upper body, she's too big in the low. She's disproportionate to me. She's big in the bottom and little on top.
Yeah, I agree.
She's got big legs and little arms. Yep. Maybe she should try wellness. Sorry.
Wellness. No, I can't see her doing wellness.
I'm just being a smart ass.
Well, wellness is some of those women is either one-time figure or physique. Shanique Grant, she went down to wellness, but then people always talk about she's going to crack the top 10, but she got 16th. She tied for 16th. But Shanique took that time off to to maybe work on some things in her life, and then she made a return. Sarah, like I said again, she's only 25 years old. She's still young. She has time to develop. She has time to grow. Right, like, is there anybody else, if y'all look at now, kind of fits the criteria in the divisions other than Sarah and people like Andrea?
I don't know. It's kind of hard. I mean, I don't really bikini people that much, and that even bikinis changing now, right? Because now we have Fit Model, which is supposed to be what bikini was supposed to be. So I don't know. I feel like those are really the only two.
I mean, believe it or not, bikini is starting to look more like figures. Well, some of them are.
Yeah.
Said straight off the street. That's what Fit Model is.
Yeah, straight off the street.
Sorry.
Like I said, I had. Don't be sorry. I had a pleasure to interview a couple
I
ladies.
told you that's why I shouldn't be on your show.
Hey, not a problem. You're always welcome guest, my dear. I mean, I mean, we all know this is more about for fit model. It's more about a money thing.
Yeah.
It's about bringing in a division that brings in attention. But here's the thing: I go back to this. This division will eventually evolve. You can't expect. Okay, you can tell the ladies, hey, stay like this, but then eventually, how influential bodybuilding is, how the lifestyle of training, working out can be. It will eventually affect the competitors. It's hard to stay in a place where you're outgrowing. So would it be better
Absolutely.
just to go ahead? Yeah, we're better just go ahead. Just so you know what, I can't. You know what? Just go ahead and advance. Open the opportunity for myself as a competitor,
Yeah,
because you
just give it a
pigeonhole
shot.
yourself.
Well,
Yeah.
women's
Yeah.
bodybuilding is always going to have fewer girls because, no, I mean, I'm not taking away from anything from any other division. It is the, excuse my French, hardest fucking division there is for women. It is a bitch. And I'm here to tell you, there is not a lot of people that have the discipline and the time and the energy to do women's bodybuilding. And that's just facts. And I can say that because I've been a 9-year pro now. This shit is hard. I got kids. I got a full-time job. I run a business. I get up at 2. I get home late as shit at night. I get 4 hours of sleep. But guess what? I still do it. But it's fucking hard. It is hard as shit. Even Maya, when she first came over, she was like, man, she's like, I thought women's physique was hard. This shit's hard. Not only do you have to be conditioned, but you got to be big. And as a female, it's hard to be big, period. So now you want us to be big and lean. Well, shit. I mean, it's a hell of a lot easier to be a marathon runner, right? You're lean mass, run all the time. And when you're moving up to a division where you have to try to keep the stamina of being ginormous, and then on top of that, lose all my fat but keep my muscle. Oh, and let's keep my cortisol levels low and my hormones right. And all that has to match for you to look the way you need to look on stage. I mean, that's a lot. It's a lot. And I don't honestly think people, even in our division that are not bodybuilders, understand how truly hard our division is. And I'm just saying that because I am a bodybuilder, and I know, especially with my height, it is hard as shit. And the last 6 weeks, I mean, Keith will tell you, I busted my ass to put 10 pounds of muscle on. Busted my ass. It was brutal. So for the outcome to be what it was even more detrimental to me because Steve Weinberger and their crew told me exactly what I needed to do. I go into the Chicago Pro, and this makes no fucking sense. I go into the Chicago Pro conditioned and big. He wants me a little bit bigger. So we put 10 pounds of muscle on. I took 4th, right? On an Olympian judge panel. I go to Anaheim and I end up 9th, 10 pounds bigger, and did exactly what he told me to do. So how does an Olympian judge have me when I'm smaller than he wants me to be, and I'm still placing in the top 4? But yet I do what the Olympian judge tells me to do, and I go to another panel of judges, and they place me 9th, and I'm better. How does that make sense? And 3 of the girls that I beat that look the exact same in Chicago, I lose to when I go to Anaheim. Like, make that make sense. How does that make sense?
It sounds like that. Scott Steiner, Big Papa Pump math. Like he says, I'm like 6% to a third.
You
Like
got 33% chance or something like that.
And I got my critique back, and my critique was amazing. Keith will tell you, there was nothing but my physique was phenomenal. My lines, best condition, all the things. I got so much fucking praise on my look, and I ended up 9th. Well, tell me why I ended up 9th. I mean,
and then
I don't know. It just doesn't make sense.
At the same show, a girl who won a qualification at the Rising Phoenix, because Jamie was there, she got 10th.
She got dead last. How do you qualify for the Olympia the week before and end up dead last in the show a week later? That's not possible. Make that make sense.
It's that Scott Steiner. Is that I know that's why I let you come on. You want to vent, you can vent. It's that Scott Steiner math. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You already know.
You don't have enough time for me to say everything I need to say.
If I want to, sweetheart, I'll make time if I want to. But yeah, that's a thing about this. It's we've seen shows where we've seen competitors that they fit the criteria, but then whatever, depending on the judge in front of it, changes. Because I remember last year we did the Grand Prix. You were fourth.
Yes.
Yeah, we sure would. Four.
And he loved my look. He was like, "You have a beautiful physique." He's like, "Don't change anything, but just get a little bigger." And he said, "Your body, upper body. I've always been told my upper body's good. It's always the legs because my legs are so long to come in a little bigger." And guess what? I did. Like, I don't know what more you want me to do.
Look at that.
This time.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you just saw the pictures from it, and she
Ooh,
amazing. I mean,
look at that back.
Yeah, the back looked great.
And that was 9th place.
Should have placed higher, but
That was when I took 4th.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But again, it goes back to the judges. They're the ones who sit and set the criteria. When you are seeing women who are Olympia level competitors who are in a division where maybe they should consider moving up or moving down. Like you look at Chelsea, she's with Chelsea, like both you and Chelsea are tall girls.
Yes.
So it takes a lot to put along the size. Should Chelsea go to physique or go to figure? If you look
I think
at
she'd do well in that, and I think she'd do well in physique, to be honest.
Yeah.
She just has a pretty look. I need Sheena to come back because Sheena and I always did well in the same shows because she's a little taller as well. The more taller girls that I have at shows, it seems like the better I do because there's more girls to compare me with. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
And when I'm the odd man out and I'm 5'9" against 4'11" girls, you don't have anybody to compare me to because nobody on stage looks like me.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the thing is, it's just, it's like oranges and apples and compare it to it. We have your comment. Shout to my man KL, the one in here. He says, "What up? What up, brother?" And going back to the figure division. Should the division be like, I don't know, shut down and become a new physique division? And we're physique become the new like lightweight women body division?
Maybe we should have like bodybuilding.
He said it should be shut down.
Then we'll have bodybuilding 2.0.
Well,
And then
how about you?
Figure 2.0.
What about you? What you think about that, Jamie?
I don't know.
Because you're a physique competitor.
Yeah, what we just shut down.
I thought there should be like maybe another. Fuck it, they made fit model. Let's make another division. Like, why not, right? I feel like more than anything, especially in physique, like I said before, there's so many different sizes and styles of people in my division right now. It is so hard to know what to go by. And honestly, I'm just stick to what I've been doing. I'll hope for the best. Because I mean, we are at the judges. It's not. It's not about what we think. We just should be, but unfortunately.
Okay, you're good.
Yeah, that's the thing that, truthfully, to the athletes, y'all opinions should matter, because y'all the ones who are on the stage. Y'all the ones who are, putting the time, the money, and the work into the sport. And what get back little to no reward other than maybe, hey, I might get to the Olympia, or I might get. Well, I could say you say you go to the Arnold, but you don't have that anymore.
Right.
Or it's just understanding what do you want? What do you want from us? What do you want this?
What more do you want from me?
Yes, that's how
Yeah.
Well, they tell us what they want, but they never follow it. So it doesn't matter if they tell us or not.
Okay.
Cliff Bomar said it best to me before he passed away. God rest his soul. He was an Olympian judge. And he said, Tina, I'm going to tell you the one thing that I can tell you that will be the best advice anybody can give you. And he said, don't chase any look. Don't look at any girl and want to look like him. Go in looking the way you look your best. Every show, that's what he told me. Look your best. Whether it's bigger, and see, lean is not good for me because I'm tall, so I need to be bigger. So honestly, I think Cliff's right. Every girl needs to go in looking what they look like at their best and forget everything. And whatever it is that they end up is what they end up. I mean, honestly, that was the best advice I've ever gotten from a judge.
Yeah, that's pretty, pretty good, smart judge. I think it does make sense, But the thing is that everybody's going to chase after the popular kid, and if you look at the divisions, the popular person for a good while, especially with a figure, was Sarah Vegas. Sorry, not Sarah Vegas. It was Sid Gillen, and that was the dominant look for about 8 Olympias. Now you have a new look with Red Gale. Question is how long she's going to hold it, because there's a couple of competitors who might take that title. One person I felt like who deserved it, to me personally, in my opinion, was Lola Montez. I think she had a great look, very good line. There's always something that I don't know what the judges see. Maybe just like I said again, maybe I have some prejudice because I think she deserves it, but the judges see something else. Then you go back to Sarah, who when she came the title, everybody started chasing after her look for a good while. Then Natalia came in. Question is, how long Natalia's going to hold it, especially if she's going to jump and do these shows like she just did Mexico right after the Olympia. She might do Atlanta Coast, that's next month. And then she's done shows like Pittsburgh and York back to back. And you look at Andrea, who's, as I say like this, she's perfect. There's nothing other than maybe some little things, tweaks here and there, there's nothing more she can do.
That's the
She's right.
standard.
Yeah, she's at the top. She's the standard. But it's hard for these other women to chase after that standard because, with Ashley, she's shorter.
Yeah.
She's like, if you look at Angela, she's a bit more, she's more leaner.
Yeah.
And then you look at someone like Lavinia, she has good stuff, but one thing I would say distracts her is like her and another competitor is their cannons. I mean, or another person like if Raheem Hamlin, his girlfriend.
Oh Lord.
And,
The Russian bear.
Jamie, we talk about this. Natalia Koleva. She was also at Rise and Peace with you, and she's a big Russian girl.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
she had. So and Raheem's the guy who comes out. He's a fan of hers. He always talking about how she trains with Russian bears. But I think the thing is that, like Tina said, everybody shouldn't chase after that look. Work on what you have. Make your improvements. And if you come in with the right shape, the right conditioning, everything comes, the stars align, you can be champion. Maybe next year, people get tired of the back and forth between Sarah and Natalia. I can see some Benthicun in there and winning because she has a great look. She's a lot more bigger if you look at the upper body and the shoulders. Her traps and stuff are just crazy. Because I saw her live when she competed at Tampa. Or
Rachel Daniels are.
She's huge.
Rachel, I actually saw her while I was also at Tampa.
Oh yeah, you said she's at the cusp of becoming a woman's bodybuilder, didn't you?
Yeah, she's at that cusp. I don't know if she want to go that far because she took a step back of some issues she was going through.
I know.
But if she really says, you know what, maybe I make that investment. Actually, her quads were bigger than her. She was there with one of her clients, and she was a women's bodybuilder. Her quads were bigger than hers.
Massive,
oh wow!
Massively. Oh my God.
Yeah. I mean, it's some women have certain aspects of one division over another. I talked about this one figure competitor. She competed also in New York, she's just about as big as Natalia of the body, especially on the shoulders and stuff. Maybe need more size in the legs. I interviewed a young lady who's a bikini competitor who earned a pro card at nationals. Her body's so like just a condition she could be figure. And then like the lady we showed a while ago, Sylvia, she does a lot of powerlifting. You do powerlifting because I think you know this most definitely, Jamie. As a powerlifter, you gain a lot more size. It also can affect your physique overall.
Yeah, you get a lot more. I mean, if you look at like some power lifters, you get really blocky. You can get a lot of muscle.
Yeah, their waistline, blows you out.
Yeah, you usually tend to. Angela Yeo, I think that's why she has such a thick waistline, because I met Angela when we powerlifted together at the Women's Pro-Am in 2019, and like
nice.
We when you're deadlifting a shit ton,
Good.
thick core, like it's just
Thank
not
you.
hard from all the bracing and stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, because the lady we talked about earlier, she does powerlifting. She's a figure competitor.
Yeah.
I interviewed a bikini competitor who does powerlifting. She just like this past few months ago, she was at Arnold instead of competing at the amateurs for bikini like she did last year. She was doing the powerlifting competitions. And I look at her and say, you know what? I don't know how long you can stay in bikini much longer. You could, possibly. I think you mentioned to her, you possibly could do figure or even go as far as physique. The thing is, when you're in a certain division and you do something, like powerlifting or something else outside of it, it can affect how your body grows and develops. Figure girls, they want you that nice wide shoulders. You can have the big wide shoulders. You can have the great taper, but then when your waist starts to blow out and you start getting more size, especially in your quads, your lats get a lot bigger. They said, I've talked to girls and say, hey, they want you to be, it's one thing, they want you to be fuller, but then that could affect your size overall.
Mm-hmm. There's one. I'm about to say
Josh,
there.
go ahead, Josh.
Oh yeah, there's one bikini competitor that I follow. Her name is Valerie Accord. She can be a figure competitor. Like she's not too far off. She's right at the cut. I mean, she puts in the work too. I watch her YouTube videos.
Yeah. Well, send me a link later.
Yeah.
Check her out.
All right.
Yeah. I think, I don't know, the judges know who might need to go up, who might need to stay. They're the ones who set the IFBB set the criteria, NPC set the criteria for all these divisions. But again, they're not sticking to that criteria. And we talked about this. I know we're going around circles of it, but I think these competitors should say, you know what? I'm seeing girls, or men or women. Like if you look at the guys' side, we talked about this guy Urs, who Keith's always got Urs from Germany, who switched from classic to bodybuilding. I think Keith's busy right now, but he gets it. And you saw how when Chris Simba made the switch. He did a show just right after he announced his retirement. He took fourth. Is he gonna come back and maybe do men's open? He could if he want to.
Mm-hmm.
Just put on the size.
Guys are moving up because more money in open than 212.
Hey.
There's no money in 212, so that's why they're open. Like, Hottie and Derek and all the guys wasn't stupid. I'm sure at the time the old champion, if he would have thought of the same thing, he's like shit, because you can be 10th place and make the same money as the guy in first place in men's 212. So that's just crazy how the money's different, so different.
Well, this year
that prize money was calling them.
Yeah, this year changes. No longer top. Yeah, there's no one top 10 for the men's open. It's just top 5 now. And still, as you know, they changed the aspects of the Rising Phoenix, where it's no longer world championship. The prize money's changed. All the citizens are gone. And the thing was, it was supposed to help, with the other divisions in the Olympia. But Derek gets $600,000, while Andrea, so the other ladies still walk away like 50. It's not much. I mean, I'm not saying you should give Hideo that much, but at least make it like a good extra $20,000, $30,000, because that could make a difference. Because she's taking a pay cut now that she doesn't have the 50K she should get from the Rise of Phoenix and the 50K from the Olympia. She's taking a big pay cut. She does have sponsorship. She's sponsored by Mutation, but then that money I think she should probably put it towards the Triple O Dynasty. I think some people say they want to see women's physique back at that show because
Yeah.
because it's right there. You're in California. That's a show that's close
It's
to
right there.
Arizona.
Yeah, I would love to. I actually, that was like the first pro show I ever wanted to do. And of course, the year that I'm going to get my pro card, they decide to pull it out. And I'm like, that really bummed me out because I really wanted to do Dynasty. Now I gain like 30 pounds and be a bodybuilder to get in and start figure, I guess. But I really don't want to slap on some heels or
You gotta wear the clear heels. Like one of my favorite comedians said, a daddy's job is keep the little girl out of clear heels.
I really love the posing, and in figure it's what, 3 poses? That's it.
Or like 3 poses, and that's it.
Yeah, you just turn.
Like-
you just turn. Really, just turn.
Right.
You're basically just turning in circles.
Yeah. But you know what? One thing is if you can find somebody who wants to, because Natalia, she's doing a new show now, because when she stepped from that show, because there's a show in Brazil now, and she's promoting that. She's also promoting this year. Now she got a few extra dollars from being the new Miss Olympia again. That could probably help with that. Just need to find somebody who wants to put up the sanction fees and the prize money for physique to come back to Triple O. That's the thing is it's a money thing. It's always gonna be a money thing. But there's people out there. I say this to guys out there who are fans. Reach out to these promoters. If you are a fan of the division and you want to see it at a show, reach out to them. I mean, you just gotta understand that. Hey, you do it as a charity. If you do it as a charity, hey, now where things are going now, you can write it off as your taxes. Hey, you just did a charitable act. Because some people tell me how sometimes some things you can write off your taxes and it's considered a charity. Like nonprofit or something like that. But there's still, like I said again, there's a show coming up. I think we got to wait to see the list for the nationals. After the nationals, they'll put out the list of what shows going to happen. The big question is how many shows going to be for when the season really starts, because there was going to be women's bodybuilding Texas Pro, but it got dropped. A couple of promoters dropped women's physique and women's bodybuilding from their shows. There was if you think about the shows in Shreveport, that's the Ultimate Classic. That might be a good show for you think about it, because that's like kind of like the start of the season, but not too early, not too deep. When you really can jump on a show where it can give you opportunity. You have to worry about Natalia doing it. There's opportunities there. Just gotta find the people who want to expand and grow. And I'm looking at again. The criteria needs to be set in stone. Where if I see a woman who's a physique competitor who could probably do women's open bodybuilding, that judge will say, "Hey, you don't belong here. You look. I'm looking at you overall. Take a turn. Yada yada yada. No, do this. You have women bodybuilding this show. Go up. Just know the poses, especially when you go your check-ins. You do your weight and measures and stuff like that. That should be like I remember it was years ago. One favorite bodybuilder, Rosemary Jennings. She was doing a show. She was doing the Olympia. I think that was in 2003. She was competing lightweight, and she was hoping just to come in just to compete because she wanted to compete in heavyweight. She just missed it by 4 pounds.
Oh wow!
So yeah. So if you set those limits and you not saying force, but you make these competitors say, you know what, I have a choice. Either pull back on my training, drop the size, or just go up and put on the size and just work with a division where it fits me better.
That would be nice. But
So translation, they should bring back weight caps,
yeah,
right?
they don't
Yeah.
at all with
I
women.
can't. I couldn't hear you.
Oh, I
Go
said
ahead.
yeah, they don't weigh us at all. For the only time I
Okay.
ever weighed was when I did USA Masters and bodybuilding. That's the only time I got weighed because they don't. Yeah, they just do your height. That's really all they give a shit about. I think.
Why height she important that weight?
I don't know. I don't know.
No, like you're trying to size you up for a dress or something? Like I said, I'm an outsider. You, Tina, Keith, y'all pros. Y'all see, understand what is involved in the sport. And that thing is, the higher ups should we want to listen to the athletes. You're the ones we come see. We go to these shows. You're the ones who we like. If we're family or friends or just a fan, we come invest to see your time. If your opinion is not important to them, who is?
hmm
I agree.
Yeah, I totally agree with that.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm just an outsider. I'm just, as I said again, I often say this, I'm just a mess of person who likes buff chicks. So, folks, I'm not gonna hold y'all much too long. I know you got busy days. Do anybody have anything you want to share right before we let you go?
Yeah, I want to share this. Check this out. See where I'm at right now? This is called Chiefs Country. This
What?
is Chiefs tailgating. But they can't go into the Monday night football game with my family.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
Chiefs Stadium. There's the stadium
Hey,
right there.
that's awesome.
KC Chiefs. Mhm.
Yes. Beat the brakes off
Yeah.
of Washington tonight.
With your quarterback Kermit the Frog. Oh no, I'm Kermit the Frog.
Don't hate because he's the best quarterback on the planet. It's all right.
Hey,
I hate
take
that.
care of
Hey,
watch the.
Hey, it's like you say. It's like you say about Andrea. Stay away from my woman. Hey, dog, stay away from my boy.
hey,
Stay
hey,
away
hey,
from my
hey,
boy.
I, see, just last week, my big brother, who I love, I don't know why he did
Oh,
this.
here we go.
Here we
He
go
sent me
again.
a picture. It's an old picture. I said I was gonna let it go, but it stirs something in me. I don't
Just
know
let it
why it stirs
go.
something.
Here we
I
go
will tell you
again.
again. Keep your hands off my woman. Yeah, yeah, Kansas. Yeah, tell her to keep his hands off my woman.
Look
Yeah,
at that.
I want to put my hands on his woman.
Shoot,
Well, you guys have a good night. Thanks for having us on the show, George.
You're welcome,
have a good
brother. You're
one.
welcome.
Yep.
Thank you,
Bye.
Tina. See you later, Kansas. I appreciate y'all.
Tina
Thank
and
y'all. Love
Tina, it's
y'all.
nice to. It was nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
It was too late.
Bad first impression I made.
No, brother. You did pretty good. She's a good person. She's a good person. But I'm just like I said, I was an outsider. Just giving my thoughts.
Yeah, same
Like
here.
yourself. Yeah, and like you,
Wait,
Jamie,
John,
you're a
didn't
pro.
you announce some time ago another competitor was switching over to bodybuilding? Who was it again?
Not nobody as yet I know of.
No, I'm
Oh, Jeff
John.
Felborn and
Oh yeah, Jessica. Yeah, yes,
just
Jessica Alborn. Yeah, I forgot that. I was watching an interview that my man Glenn was doing with Ashley Jones, and Jessica Alborn. She announced she's switching
and
over.
Farrah Faulkner. Yeah, Farrah Faulkner, Just Felborn. Yeah.
Yeah, and Farrah. She just did the Mexico show last week,
No,
last Sunday, and Jess. She's pretty impressive. I think she does belong in to be honestly, I think she's belongs in physique because she's kind of if you ever seen her if I can pull her up for a second if I can find her, she goes by just she made her I think she debuted last year in we should find me. Okay, if we can find her, let me see if I can I'm trying to find her. But she debuted a while back. But Farrah Faulkner She was at the show in Mexico, and I think she's planning on making her pro debut, not her debut in physique probably next year, because
Yeah.
there's a show coming up in Las Vegas. That's the Steve Carr show, and I don't know if she's gonna maybe try to do that show. I heard that Steve said he already has about, I mean, Austin Carr, who's the promoter of the show, he says he already
Yeah.
has possibly 8 ladies, maybe more.
He's looking for 10, right?
Hmm?
I say he's looking for 10, right? That's what I
Yeah,
keep
look
hearing.
for 10. You look for 10. This is also it said that that Iris Cow's gonna be there.
Oh,
I think she's
nice.
gonna be doing, yeah. I think she's gonna be doing some kind of she can be in the house like supporting athletes. And also Andrea Shaw is going to be competing, not competing, I mean sorry, not competing. She's gonna be guest posing.
Got nice.
But then I saw they put the list out for next year's Olympia, and it's Andrea, Ashley, Lavinia, Dexana Dawson, and Hel Trevino. So the question is, what Angela Yo's going to do? Could she do this show in
I wouldn't be
qualification, get it out of the
surprised.
way, or wait to next year and do another show?
I mean, she could do it this year if she wants to.
And Jamie, you know Angela. What would you think what she would do?
I don't know. I was wondering that too because I was like, I mean, really shocked that she got fourth, but I know like I thought she was having like some health problems or something like that. I mean, don't quote me on that. I'm not sure, but like, I was kind of bummed I didn't see her. I mean, she was at the Arizona Pro, but like she wasn't in it, right? So I don't know. I think she might be doing Chicago. I feel like that's what we might do, maybe.
Ooh, I think I might go to that one.
Yeah, but she, I don't think. Well, I guess even doing the Arizona Pro would be good too because the first top 3 in bodybuilding, you go to the Olympia. So I mean, that would be an easier, like, way to get in, I guess. But who knows? I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe she'll take a year off. Maybe she won't. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, as you know, as it's called now, is the Rise of Phoenix, because the Arizona Road Part is dropped because they made it all one big show under the Rise of Phoenix flag because it's no longer the Women's World Bodybuilding Championship.
Yeah.
There's also she can go to Romania, do the Romanian Muscle Fest. Yeah,
Ooh.
because that's on the same weekend. That's actually that Sunday. I think the Steve Carr show is on that Saturday. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna check it out because then some competitors, like one lady who I'm a fan of, Sharonica Hinton. She has to requalify. Would she want to take a break? Would she want to jump on the show? She lives in Florida. Would she want to go to New York or Pittsburgh? But then with New York or Pittsburgh, if Natalia do those shows,
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, I feel like sometimes that seems like a little. I'm not trying to. I mean, life's unfair, but like I always thought, like if you already qualified for the Olympia, like you should be able to do like one show, right? But I mean, they also bring a lot of money to the show, so I get why they do the multiple shows. But it sucks because it really narrows down the pool of having new competitors go to the Olympia, right? If you got people like Natalia doing these shows and winning them, that's like 4 new people that could have went, right? And now there's 4 less. So
Yeah, that would be cool to see some new faces in the Olympia, though. So I
yeah.
agree.
I think it's kind of. I mean, yeah, it's great to see like the big name people that win all the time, but it's also just as exciting to see somebody new and see a new physique. I mean, like I feel like it kind of gets boring after a while, and I'm as a bodybuilder like admitting that. Like it's like.
But then again, I am a Natalia Cuejo fan, so I like seeing her.
Oh, I do too. I think she looks great. I'm not no disrespect to her at all or anything like that, but it's just when you're like, oh yeah, we won again. You know what I mean? Or maybe
Yeah, I know what you mean.
they should do what they did in Rising Phoenix. Like if like because she likes to compete a lot and she's still pretty young. Maybe have like the top 2 or top 3 like people who go to Olympia. I don't know. Maybe that's not a popular idea, but it's a thought.
Well, it's a
It's stuff
fair
that
idea
counts.
because
Yeah.
it's a fair idea. But the reason why they did it because because it took a lot of sims away from the Rising Phoenix, the original show, the World Body Championship. No longer you'll have the best poser, most muscular. You're not getting 50K for first place. They had to do something to entice competitors. It was kind of disappointing. You only had 5 ladies compared to we had a lot in the past. It used to be invitational, but now you don't get invited. You just come in and compete like any other show. But
Like
it's
there,
all
no more big money, no more cars, no nothing. Not like God. Come on.
They used to
well,
have like jerseys and everybody would have like their name on them. Like the people that have gone to that show for years were telling me like how good it used to be, or with supporting them. But I was told they had to reallocate the money, not only because like bodybuilding is like kind of suffering a little for like the women, but they also do the Masters Olympia, and like they had to allocate the money for that too. So, which is weird because I still don't understand how that is, because like they're not doing it this year, but next year they have like a place picked out, and it's constantly a rotating new place to have the venue. I'm still kind of confused like on all that.
well, because one thing I think I was told it's not as popular compared to the other divisions. Is it? Well, not say division, class, because you have the open class, you have the masters
Right.
class, and masters class is growing because the Rising Phoenix is a masters class show, for exception of women's bodybuilding. They
Right.
might do it next year now if they changed it from a regular, from the World Championship for women's bodybuilding to a regular qualifier. As you know, a while back, some competitors, not just that competed at the last year's, this year's Master Olympia, were complaining about not getting paid because that promoter, it was a promoter out of Japan. Excuse me. Oh, sorry. He didn't pay. It was like 3 months because you get the check. It's just for show. It's not really the main check.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So what Jake did was he stepped up and he's paying for the all of the Masters winners to get paid. And
Nice.
yeah, that's pretty. Yeah, because you can think about it, he runs the Olympia. He owns the rights to Olympia, even though he's still he's not as involved like he used to be with the Rising Phoenix, like he used to be, because he's running the Olympia, he's going worldwide. But I gotta give a shout to Jake because I also like this. Yo, Jake, I want
I
that
know that was
gun,
coming.
honey. I want that gun. I can't help it. But the thing is, I think whoever that promoter is, if Jake has to put up money for a show that you're promoting, even though he runs the Olympia, he has to put the money to cover your butt. That promoter should not allowed to have any shows or anything. Here he is going like this. The Master Olympia, it's been brought to my attention that Tokyo-based promoter of the Master Olympia has not yet fulfilled his agreed upon prize money obligations to the athletes. In the light of this development, I would personally advance the prize money payment in order to prevent any further delays. My office will be contacting each athlete individually to integrate the payment process. Jake Wood, Olympia Production LLC. So he's stepping up. This is his brand.
Shout out to Jake.
Yeah, shout out to Jake. Yeah, anybody got something to say? Well, folks, like I said again, I do appreciate my guests that are here. I appreciate your thoughts, your candor, your support of my channel and my content. If it's like I said, folks, if there's any subject you want to talk about, that especially in the world of bodybuilding, and especially concerning if you are a competitor, female competitor, like Jamie took the time, she reached out when she saw my post, she wanted to come on here, and I appreciate that. Some of you ladies,
shout out to Jamie.
Shout out to Jamie. Some of you ladies out there, you be liking the stuff, say I like it, but you don't have enough courage to come on here. That's why I pulled my old time wrestlers. That's the Cat Redneck, Dick Murdoch. Y'all a bunch of yellow belly, ugly sucking dogs. But I understand you don't want to get yourself out there. But the thing is, this is your sport. You should be able to speak up when you feel like there's something wrong. You
That's
feel
right.
like there's no opportunities for you. You have to speak up. Yes, I think you ladies deserve a little prize money more, maybe a little more incentives. But it's going to be tougher because you're not in the division that I think right now. Tyler Manhattan even put out the thing for women's bodybuilding physique divisions. I mean, that's still not even out yet. Everybody waiting for his.
I'm surprised about the women's physique ones because they didn't bring it coming in numbers like 10 and stuff. And
I mean, there's a lot more. Like at the Rising Phoenix, there's 24 of us.
yeah, that's what I'm getting.
One that just happened, there was like at least over 20 in that one. Like, I was shocked. I was thinking it was going to be like 6. So I feel like it's getting more popular. That's what I don't get. But then you need people to have money to sponsor it, right? That's the thing.
Oh yeah, true.
You have, and if I was a millionaire, trust me, I would definitely contribute. But
please, if I was a millionaire, I'd be doing the same thing for women's bodybuilding.
Right. Yeah. I'm just small potatoes over here. So
me, I'm small potato. I'm not small potatoes. I'm not small anyway, but but yeah, I wish I can do more. That's why I have this channel. That's why I reach out to ladies like yourself and other ladies who want to share their story, because this is why we need to have these discussions. Talk about where the sport is going, how it should go, the standards, the rules, the criteria. What needs to be done to fulfill the opportunities for not just for y'all ladies, but other competitors too, the men too. Hey, I'm not a big fan of the guys, but the guys, instead again, the men's open division is the bottom bitch. He's always gonna get the attention, he's gonna get the money. But for y'all women, there's so few reward and a lot more risk when you get invested into the sport.
Mm-hmm.
We got a comment from my man KX says, "Yo, Josh, you're too loud, bro."
Oh my god.
Yeah. He's extra sensitive, but you can come out here, brother. But folks, I would say this: if you ladies feel comfortable where you at, cool. But when you start seeing how you're placing, and then you look over here and say, you know what? There's opportunity over here. Sherry Pirami did it. Michaela Aycock did it. Even Chelsea, she earned a pro card as a bodybuilder, but she competed in physique for a long time, but she made the switch later on. Look at right now, as I said again, Ashley Jones, who was a figure. Melissa Tyke, she was physique. There's opportunity. I know because there's so few shows for you, but here's the thing is, reach out to the people who can make those moves, who can probably maybe promote women's bodybuilding. And you guys out there who are fans, don't be ashamed. Like people might point things to you because you're a fan. Hey, you know what? You like what you like. If somebody else doesn't like it, that's on them. That's tough. But that's what we need. We need people to really say, you know what? Where I need to go as an athlete, where I feel comfortable about going to that level, those choices need to weigh over between yourself and whoever else. And also again, so like I said, we say your coach. I know you rely on your coach, but truthfully, this is on you. You're paying somebody to help you get to that level. This is from my man Keo says, Jamie an amateur. No, Jamie's a pro. Amateur damager. He says, no, she's a pro. She's a pro. So yeah. So folks, I'd like to thank my guests that were here. I appreciate. Shout out to my man Big Keith, his lovely wife Tina. Shout out to Jamie here. Shout out to my man Josh coming through. Shout out my little brother here, Alex.
Appreciate you having me.
Thanks.
No problem. That's why I have an open door policy. You might come in here. If you make sense, no active fool, you're not a problem. So but folks, can you believe it? It's gonna be another month. What's your
November's almost here.
Yeah. What's your plans for the holidays? The holidays around the corner.
Well, my son going trick or treating.
I'll be working for the most part. I'm waiting for my job to post more shifts. They did it last year, so I'm hoping it'll help pay off for everything I spent this month.
Mm-hmm. Josh.
Well, my son's going trick or treating this weekend, so that'd be something. That'd be fun.
Yeah, I miss those days. I was trick or treating since I was 16.
Mhm.
And Jamie, what's your plans now? You just made
Well,
your pro debut and everything else.
yeah, well, I'm not gonna probably compete for a little while off season. But I actually, like I was telling you, I'm moving again, so I gotta get ready for that. So that's probably what I'll be doing in the next week.
I got questions for Jamie.
Hmm.
What's your favorite cheap meal?
My favorite cheat meal? Oh man,
Yep.
I'll be honest, but I don't know. It used to be In
Uh
and
oh.
Out, a double with animal
Oh, a
stuff,
cheeseburger, nice.
but now I really
I
I
think they're nice. Yeah, it depends on where you have them from.
so I'm all about that fire oven on Neapolitan style pizza. I love that.
Oh,
So
nice pizza.
400 for
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So
Well,
and donuts, sweet. If you're asking me sweet stuff, I love donuts.
who doesn't love donuts?
Yeah, who
Donuts.
does?
Ah, I might give myself a Krispy Kremes maybe in the month or something like that. But folks, I thank y'all again for your time. I appreciate y'all giving me your advice, your thoughts. It's important that we as fans, competitors, or just generally people in the sport of bodybuilding really need to reach out and really get a point of view of what needs to be done for the sport. If you're an athlete who feel like you are at a level where you should maybe consider what you want to do in your sport, especially if you're in NPC, IFBB, OCB, any sport. Shout out to my girl, Nicole, who's OCB competitor. She's also thinking about, eventually switching over to NPC, maybe become a pro card in IFBB. Just understand that it's about where you want to go, how far you want to go. If you don't want to make any risks, good. Respect your body, respect yourself. But you feel like you want to hit those levels, then go as far as the ceiling will let you. Or sometimes don't let the ceiling stop you. Don't let the sky be your limit. I would say it like that. We have here for man KF, we will let we go. Says, "What's your favorite cheat meal, Josh?"
Oh, it's gotta be cheeseburgers.
Still same here. I'm all food person. Cheeseburger, yeah.
I got a piece in the freezer. I might eat it later.
Nice.
Yeah. So, folks, again, I thank my guests for coming through. I appreciate their support. I wish you all the best for just the rest of the week and upcoming month. And thank you for just coming on here and sharing your thoughts and your opinions.
Well, thank you.
Thank you,
All right.
sir.
Thanks.
All right.
See you.
Anyway, folks, I hope y'all enjoy the rest of this week. And Halloween's around the corner. Make sure we go trick or treating. Always check the candy and stuff because people are still doing weird shit to it. Like like my mom used to say, like before you eat the candy, you gotta always check to see. People are just stupid. I don't know why they do this, especially little children. So this is about always George Page, aka the Emperor of Fear Body Talk. Don't like, subscribe. I'm out. Good night. Good luck. God bless, and thank you again.